Hello and welcome to Life Sciences Knowledge Hub in association with Life Science Integrate. My name's David and I'm joined now by Commercial Insights Officer from Nanoform, Jamie Unwin. Jamie, thank you very much for joining us today.
My pleasure. Nice to meet you, David.
So tell us a bit about how Nanoform's technology initially developed and how the company has exploited this nanoformulation area as a business opportunity.
Yeah, thanks. So the technology actually has its origins at the University of Helsinki. It was a brainchild of a team of globally renowned physicists, including our Chief Executive Officer, Edward Hegstrom. And it's now grown very, very quickly to a suite of what I guess is leading IP-protected technologies around nanotechnology. Over the last few years, our direction's been backed by multiple investment rounds, and we were really pleased in 2020 to complete our IPO. I think in a very short time, we've moved from a particle engineering company to a full nanomedicine enabling company, and we offer services from particle engineering all the way through to clinical trial manufacture in our GMP facilities in Helsinki.
Indeed. Really exciting to hear your journey all the way from Helsinki to where you are now. You have a stated ambition, don't you, to double the amount of lead compounds progressing into the clinic. How are you setting out to do that?
Yeah, thanks. Good question. Yeah, we do have the stated ambition to double the number of compounds, but I'd say the thing that gets us nanoformers out of bed in the morning is our parallel ambition, which is to touch the lives of 1 billion patients. And our guiding light in everything that we do is around patient-centricity. We want to help the industry develop medicines that integrate non-invasively into the leading of patients' lives. And we do that by one of two different ways. We make previously insoluble, challenging problem child molecules more soluble. And we know that about 70-90% of new drug candidates actually are insoluble. Or we open up the availability, the possibility for established medicines, for currently marketed medicines, to be improved by improving or refining their formulation and their dosing strategies that we believe will, yes, simplify the way the medicines are administered, and we hope increase compliance and in the future improve outcomes as well.
To touch the lives of 1 billion patients, that's a lofty ambition, isn't it? And well, if the word's not too repetitive, an ambitious ambition. But you certainly seem to be very focused on achieving that, I think it's fair to say.
Yes, we certainly are. We've grown in just a few years from 20 employees towards the start to around about 120 employees now. So yeah, the train is moving at a pace, and we're working with some exciting partners and really changing the game for patients.
Now, one increasingly competitive space is around supercritical fluid technologies for particle engineering. How is what you nanoformers do, how is that different from your competition, and how do you identify future partners and projects?
Yeah, I agree with you. This is a cutting edge area at the interface of physics, of pharmacology, of medicine. And there's a few companies playing where we do at the minute. And I think our clients, they enjoy working with us because they see us more than being just exceptional particle engineers, and they see us as what I'd say, or what I call medicine enablers. Yep, we've got leading particle expertise, but yeah, we can routinely make particles which are lower than 100 nanometers in scale, and our biologic platform can actually deliver and develop nanoformed proteins and complex enzymes that retain their structure and their activity. But we actually differentiate on the breadth of our solutions, and we enable the later stages of drug discovery as well. So we deliver material which is in dry particle form rather than being in suspension. And so that means we can very quickly, very simply use our particle formulation expertise to render the particles amenable to downstream processing. And I think most notably, having our own accredited GMP facilities means we can technology transfer our R&D lines very, very quickly to clinical manufacture. And I'm sure a lot of viewers here will have seen our recent evidence of our piroxicam study with Quotient in Nottingham in the UK. And I think Equally excitingly is our point of differentiation around what I call predictive confidence. So we've invested a lot in artificial intelligence, and we have a program called StarMap, where we can take some very simple physical chemical attributes of a client molecule, run it through our sparse AI engine, and our sparse AI engine will tell us whether or not, even before we open the laboratory doors, whether or not a client molecule will perform well in our system. So our clients are enjoying working with us on that, either plugging in individual molecules or looking and plugging in their entire portfolios to see where opportunities may present.
Speaking of, opportunities presenting themselves, you speak about leveraging machine learning, artificial intelligence technologies, becoming, data-driven, data-led, kind of following where that is. That's certainly a conversation that we're having more and more here at the moment. And, it's no surprise really that, Nanoform is embracing that technology as well and looking to where it can lead you in the future in your ambitions.
I completely agree. I mean, data are the new oil. I think, as I mentioned before, between 70 and 90% of new molecules are left on the bench, right? They never reach the bedside because they're problem children. And we're excited by those companies that come to us and say, look, these are all of our problem children. Plug them through your engine, plug them through StarMap, and let's, in a cost-effective way, work out what's going to work. We're a great believer in using data before we use laboratory reagents.
Data is the new oil. Data is the new chocolate. Everyone wants a bit of it, it turns out. You talked a moment ago about patient centricity and about how that's, one of your guiding lights, really. Just to wrap things up, tell me how you aim to transform patients' lives, because it's good talking about, the role that data will play and all the rest of the science stuff and the development stuff, but ultimately it's about patient centricity and transforming patient lives. So what's your statement there?
Yeah, let me use some tangible examples. So we obviously have a lot of clients that we can't disclose, but some of the clients we can are those that are using reformulation as an opportunity to simplify or improve patient lives. With a company called Herantis, we're looking at how our biologics technology can engineer biological molecules that can be delivered intranasally and penetrate the blood-brain barrier. And we've just, you may have seen our press release this week, seen some great data in that in Parkinson's. With a company called Aprecia, they have a really exciting technology involved or relating to 3D printing in their system called ZipDose, and they're taking our nanoformed medicines and addressing the issue of tablet burden and dysphagia, the inability to swallow. So essentially taking very, very small nanoparticles, formulating them within their systems and making tablets smaller and easier to swallow. With a company called Celanese, we're looking at drug implants. One of the main challenges there is how you can deliver a very high concentration of drug product onto an implantable device itself. And they see the value of small there in us being able to heavily load dose onto their areas. A company called Nacuity we're working with at the minute, who are active in ophthalmic medicines. Typically, particles there have been in the micrometer rather than the nanometer scale, which means that the particles are sometimes a little bit scratchy on the eye or have problems actually penetrating the viscera, whereas nanoparticles do not have these challenges. And I think finally, most excitingly, we very recently signed an MSA with Boehringer Ingelheim, where they've invited us to look at their entire portfolio and see where we believe there may be opportunity to completely transform patient lives.
Lots of examples there. Thank you very much indeed for sharing them with us today. And indeed, thank you very much indeed for the conversation. Wish you all the very best for the future. Jamie, thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you, David.